Modo's dynamics enable you to automatically animate items with real-world physical attributes such as weight and friction. While extremely useful for animation, this powerful system can also aid in the modeling process. For example, let's use dynamics to create a damaged concrete floor. Start by creating a concrete slab positioned just above the origin using the Cube tool. Rename the mesh item Slab. To break up the concrete slab mesh, we'll take advantage of one of the shatter options, which breaks a mesh item into individual shards that will become their own mesh items. Use the Cluster Mesh Shatter command found under Geometry in the application menu bar. Change the Number of Pieces attribute to 8 and click OK. The original mesh item will remain intact, but its visibility will be disabled in the items list. A collection of new mesh items will be created as children of a group locator. Create an empty mesh item using the keyboard shortcut N and rename it Ground. Create a flat plane below the slab mesh item using the Cube tool and give it several segments by right-clicking and dragging in an up and right diagonal direction. Switch to polygon selection mode, activate the Move tool, and enable Noise Falloff. As mentioned in section 3 of the guide, the Noise Falloff uses a 3-dimensional noise pattern to modulate the influence of the active tool. Move the plane in the y-axis and adjust the scale of the Noise Falloff to generate an uneven ground plane. Drop the Move tool and disable the Noise Falloff. Now that we have all our mesh items created, let's rig them with dynamics. Start by making the ground plane a static rigid body dynamic item. Change its collision shape to Mesh. Next, double-click on the group locator in the items list to select all of the shards that make up the shattered concrete slab. With all the items selected, make them active rigid body dynamic items. Open the timeline and cache the simulation using the Compute Simulation button. Scrub the timeline to see the results. Pick a frame you'd like to use as your model. Select all the polygons that make up the shards, then copy and paste them into a new empty mesh item. While I could have manually modeled this mesh, it was faster and the results looked more natural, taking advantage of Modo's dynamics. There are many tools designed for animation that can aid in the modeling process, so be sure to keep an open mind when deciding how to go about tackling your next modeling task.